Congratulations, you just made a great decision if you want to learn everything there is to know about Instagram outreach, alright? Specifically automated Instagram outreach. If you want to start reaching out from 1 account, 5 accounts, 20 accounts, even 50 accounts plus, I got you covered, alright? And so what I did in this guide is break down my full knowledge that I learned for the last 2 years basically, and just put it down in this one video with a guide, with a document that you will get access to, that you can share with others, that you can use yourself, that you can even sell yourself. I've been selling these informations for the past year or so, okay? And now I'm gonna give it out all for free with one hope, and that is that you finally get started, okay? Finally take action after watching this video and get started with what you said you're gonna do, okay? And now without any further breaks, let me show you what are we gonna learn in this video, and then we are gonna jump into the guide. So what I'm going to show you is the best way to find the leads, how to scrape leads. I'm going to give you 3 options. What is the best automation tool on the market right now? And then I'm going to dive deep into setting up multi-account Instagram outreach campaigns. So where to buy accounts, where to buy proxies, what is anti-detect browser, what is a VPS server that you can use to run campaigns all the time, and just everything broke down into simple steps that you can implement today, okay? And so without any further anticipation, let's dive in. Alright, so this is the document that I'm going to be sharing with you. Feel free to copy this, to share this with friends, or to even sell it to someone. I don't really care. Do whatever you want with it, alright? And I'm going to break all the steps you need to do to achieve what you want with Instagram outreach. And I'm gonna do it in simple steps, all right? So first of all, what do we need is we need leads. We need people that might be interested in our services or products, okay? And on Instagram, you're lucky that there are so many leads, like billions of people use Instagram, okay? So most likely Instagram is a platform you can use where you can find leads. Now, there are a couple of ways you can find leads. So first of all, it's gonna be from account. Alright, you can find followers from account that you can then later on use to scrape. You can find posts under which people engage. You can find hashtags. You can find locations. You can find mentions. You can find like leads by so many ways on Instagram. Okay, and I'm just gonna go into a few, and I think you already know the rest of it. So first of all, the first thing would be to just go and search for accounts in your niche. Right, you want to search if you want to go for the followers. Right, so there are a couple of ways. You can either search for bigger accounts, like in my niche, that would be Hermosi. But in this case, you don't really want to be scraping his followers because he just has so many of them and it will just be ineffective. All right, and there are so many irrelevant followers. Instead, what you could do is just go and see what people are commenting. Okay, and these people, this is something that we can scrape, like that we can get information from. Right, we can get IDs of these people. So this is one source of leads that you can use for a bigger account. But if you want to go for followers, I would recommend going for some smaller accounts in the niche, right? So for example, this guy, right? Charlie Morgan, maybe some of you already know him, but he has a smaller audience, and that means he has more niche audience, okay? And so for example, if you're like me, looking for agency owners to like help them set up campaigns for outreach, this is probably the account you would go for, right? And so you could scrape his followers. This is like 40,000 leads. And as you can see, like the comment strategy is not as effective here because he doesn't have too many people commenting. Although, as you can see in some of the posts, he also has. So this can be also utilized in this case. Now the next step, like the next source, is to look for hashtags, right? So you can see SMMA, in my case, this is what I'm looking for. Or you can just find all of the hashtags that are relevant to your niche. And this is one way to get leads. I'm gonna show you how we can extract leads from the hashtags, so don't worry about it. Now I'm just gonna move on to another one. If you cannot find a big account or relevant account in your niche, what I would recommend is just go onto Google and start typing it. So SMMA Instagram, for example, for me. Right, and you will start seeing these people. You will start seeing YouTube videos. You will start seeing accounts, and this is where you get on the good wave, right? And now from this, if you want to find more of those, you just look into who are they following, right? In some cases, they are going to be following irrelevant accounts. In some cases, they are going to be following relevant accounts. But what happens in many cases is that these people follow each other, right? And so you will find other people that are following each other. It's like a network, right? People follow each other, and this is how you can find them, and then find like multiple profiles that you can then scrape later down the road. So once we find the leads, there are a couple of other ways you can do it. You can also search for locations, right? So I don't know, you can go Paris and then search for the results that you get, right? Now, I'm not gonna go any deeper into this. I think you already know how to get leads. This video is more advanced for this, but yeah, let's continue with the second step, that is scraping leads, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you 3 tools that you can use to get leads, all right? First of all, I'm gonna show you the free option. Then I'm gonna show you the most popular option. And then I'm gonna show you the best option that you have never heard of and that you should definitely use, okay? Now, so let's start with the free option, which is an extension called Instant Data Scraper. I 100% recommend you to download this extension. It's free. I don't know why it's free, okay? It's just incredible. You can find so many use cases for it. So right now, go ahead and download this extension. Okay, you see it has 800,000 users. Now, what this extension can do for you is, as I said, for example, before, when you would want to scrape, let's say, comments out of like people like this that have like a huge amount of comments, you can do it with the extension. So this is what it's great for. What I would say the best way to utilize the extension on Instagram is by doing this. Okay, so for example, let's say we want to open up this post and we want to get the comments. What you need to do is just copy this, or like just press enter here, okay? And we'll open up this post in a different way where you can scroll. And this is so important with this extension. So now you just open an extension up, okay? And what you need to do is let it locate the leads that we want to scrape, right? So once it finds the leads, you can juggle it away with different tables, right? Until it finds what you need, which is this. You need just Instagram profile links or the username. It doesn't matter, okay? Now it will find it, and what you then need to do is just click here, infinite scrolling, and then start crawling, okay? And we'll start scrolling and just collecting the rows, okay? If it sometimes stops, it will ask you to increase the minimal delay, okay? So that it catches all the leads. And when the page is not scrolling often enough. Now, so this is probably the best way to utilize the data scraper. You can also scrape followers like this, but be careful, you cannot really do it with verified users. Nowadays, they just, as you can see, they restricted it, so you can't really do it. So I would recommend for scraping comments or like followers on some accounts, it will work. Now, let's move on to the other option. So the most popular option that I believe many of you have already heard, if you've been in Instagram outreach for some time, is called Growmman, okay? Now, me personally, I've been using Growmman for maybe half a year, for like a very long time. And I've been pretty happy with it, right? Before I didn't discover the latest option, I thought that this was the best option possible. Okay, and let me explain to you why. You just download the extension here, and all you have to do is just select the profile you want to scrape. So let's say you want to scrape followers, you just select profile and you press go, all right? And it starts doing the job for you. Now, this is great, okay? You can scrape what I believe is, let me check. You can scrape the following, followers, hashtags, and locations, okay? I think it costs like $20, something like that. But there are some issues that you will encounter eventually. So let me break down the pros and cons of all these, right? So for the instant data scraper, as I said, great for comments, maybe for some smaller accounts, but you can't really do hashtags, location, or bigger profiles, and you get into risk of getting suspended, right? This is what I'm gonna point out right now. And this is the same thing with Growmman, is that it will do the scrapes from your account, and you are at risk of losing that account, okay? So this is one thing that the Growmman is not really good at, is it risks your account. and you are basically at risk of losing the account. Okay, so and at the same time you have to have browser opened and all this other stuff. Okay, now this is great if I wouldn't know about the other option that I'm about to show you, right? So feel free to use Growmman, feel free to use Instant Data Scraper, but right now I'm gonna show you the killer, the one thing that's the best on the market by far, and that's called Parser.im. Okay, so let me tell you too, it's a Russian tool. All right, I don't have any affiliations with Russians, but it's a great tool in a sense that it is running in cloud. Okay, it allows you to scrape unlimited amount of leads, unlimited amount of times. You can scrape up to, you can basically scrape unlimited amount of leads at the same time, right? So you can be scraping Hormozy, you can be scraping Morgan, you can be scraping, I don't know, Donald Trump at the same time. Okay, and it all runs in the cloud. You have no risk of losing account, and it's way faster. Okay, so let me really show you how it works. Then I'm going to show you how you can purchase it yourself if you want it, and then I'm going to also show you how to use my version so that you can scrape leads for free using it. So first of all, what you can select here is just select from account. So you would put here links of the accounts you want to scrape, enable filtering, and this is where it gets crazy. You can get telephone numbers, emails, followers, following, number of posts, last post date. You can get if it's private account, business account, if it's verified account, name, this, all of this stuff. Okay, and I'm not even starting. Okay, what you can do is also set up these certain criteria, so already filter it before it starts scraping, right? So for example, you can always search for accounts that posted like 30 days ago, or has between this amount of followers and that amount of followers, has this percentage of engagement rate, crazy stuff. Okay, now I don't even use most of it, but I'm just telling you right now. You can do this from post, you can do this from hashtag, from location, from keywords, and from mentions. Okay, so from all the things that you can imagine. Okay, it costs around $35, I believe. And so let me just try to show you what profile do I have with. Yeah, okay, so my plan cost me around 2,500 rupees, which is about $35 with some fees. And so the only disadvantage here is that you have to pay with crypto, okay? So if you have access to crypto, this is no brainer. If no, then you probably need to use other options, or just use the free version that I'm gonna be sharing with this video as well. Now, so this is where you can find out how you can use my subscription for free, okay? For those of you that are interested, open the document and check it. Now, I'm gonna move on to the next section, which is gonna be called DM automation, okay? Now, with leads out of the way, you already have leads, you have scraped the leads, and you have got them in some CSV folder, okay, or in Google Sheets, doesn't matter. Now, the next step is to use some automation tool, okay? Now, so what I've done in the past year or 2 years is I've used a lot of DM automations on Instagram, and I mean a lot. I've tried about 20 of those, okay? And I still keep getting messages from people trying to offer me their automations that I can share in the video, but I've already found the automation that I'm going to be using for a while now, okay? And basically what the problem is that you can find a cheap extension on Google Chrome that you can pay for like $10-20, but the disadvantage there is that the algorithms on Instagram just got extremely sophisticated, right? And you're gonna get your accounts banned, you're gonna have trouble starting your campaigns, you have to restart the campaigns every single day, all the stuff, okay? You will get disgusted pretty quickly. So what I found is this automation called DMs. And now let me just explain to you in a few points why is it so good, okay? So first of all, you can connect multiple accounts to a single campaign, okay? Have one lead source, one type of script, and just have multiple accounts connected to it. You have one lead source, multiple campaigns. You can scrape extremely easily by connecting more accounts, okay? Scale extremely easily, right? So the next benefit is that it's extremely easy to scale by just connecting multiple accounts, and you can just plug them into campaign and start right away. Now, these benefits are gonna sound more unbelievable to people that have been using these extensions for $10-20 like myself for like months and months. Okay, now for those of you that maybe come from different platform, you might already expect this, but yeah, I'm just breaking this down for people that have been using these extensions. Now I think you probably get the point. You can read through the benefits and decide for yourself if you want to try it. If you want to try it for free for 3 days, you can do it and get 10% discount by using my link here. I don't care if you use it or not. But anyways, we'll get into the tool right now, and I'm just gonna quickly show you how it works, how you can use it yourself, and yeah, then we'll move on. All right. Now I've already recorded a full video about this tool in particular, so if you want to really dive deep into this tool and really see if it's for yourself, then feel free to watch this video. Okay, so here's the tool. I'm just gonna quickly show you how it works, and if you want to get into any details, feel free to watch the other video where I go deeply into how you can start, how you can connect accounts, and how it really works, right? So in that case, here's the dashboard where you see when was the last time you sent messages. Here you have campaigns page where you can connect other accounts and just run these campaigns, right? You can start with 5 variants and it tracks your response rate. This is where you can connect multiple accounts. And you can also schedule follow-ups. It's just incredible too. Okay, now here's where you set time of when should you reach out to people. Now how it really works is that you have also this extension that they use, but it works in a different way. This extension will run on the background, right? So it will be here, right here. You will not have to do anything about it, and it will just run by itself. Every time you close your browser, you don't have to worry about it. You just then open it up and it resets again. This is where you set the times that you have your computer opened, okay? And it just runs itself on the foreground, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you want to do the multiple account outreach, then you will need to run multiple browsers at the same time, and I'll dive deep into that in just a second, okay? So you just download the extension, use it like this, and yeah, you're cool. Now, I'm not going to be diving deeper into this extension, as I said, into this tool, and I'm just going to go straight for the other steps so that, yeah, we save time here. Now, with that out of the way, right now what you can do is find the leads, you can scrape the leads, and you can start sending out messages, all right? This is great. This is the full guide for one account. Now, this is the following thing, which is going to be if you want to scale past one account, all right? And I'm just going to explain to you what are the rules, what are the things you should stick by, and then I'm going to give you all the steps. Okay, so first of all, if you want to use multiple accounts to do outreach, you need to know quite a few things actually. So first of all, you cannot do multiple accounts outreach from new profiles. Okay, if you think that you are just going to create a new profile and start sending 50 messages tomorrow from that profile, you are wrong. Okay, you need to buy edge accounts, ideally at least 6 to 2 years to even 10 years plus old. Then you need to buy something that's called Proxy, which is basically gonna tell Instagram that you have different location that you already have, right? Because when you, for example, have 10 accounts and all of them are located in the same location, Instagram is just gonna flag that and you're gonna get suspended all the accounts. So you need to use something that's called anti-attack browser. That's going to allow you to use multiple proxies, meaning you are going to be able to use your computer but act as you're using it from multiple different locations, and have all these accounts connected on this app. Okay, now first of all, buy accounts. Now you don't have to use all these links that I'm using, you don't have to use these websites, but this is what I'm using, this is what I stand by. Okay, now bulk accounts buy, the best platform in my opinion where you can buy accounts. Now I know some of you are gonna go to platforms like Z2U. This is also a platform, but I've had so many people coming back to me and telling me that that platform just gave them wrong accounts, that I don't recommend it. Okay, feel free to use whatever you want, but you just need to go here, select what you want. So ideally you want to buy edge accounts 2 to 4 years old is okay. You can go even with the older ones, but I wouldn't really spend too much money here. Just go with these ones and select how many accounts do you want, and then add to cart. Okay, now if you want to pay with Stripe, what you can do is go here into the support and start chat, and then send them a message that you want to request a Stripe payment link for that specific request that you are asking for, right? So 8 accounts, I don't know how many accounts you want, 10 accounts, 20 accounts, 1 account, whatever. Okay, so this is how you get Stripe link. By the way, you can buy here also Twitter accounts, you can buy here LinkedIn accounts, all the stuff you need. Okay. Now, next step, buy proxies. Okay. Again, you don't have to use this link. You don't have to use this proxy provider. Do whatever you want. But this is what we are using. And again, just go here, buy residential proxies, and yeah, you're good to go, right? You just pay, I don't know, $5 a month for one proxy. Now, keep in mind that you have to have 1 account connected per 1 proxy. Don't use 2 accounts on 1 proxy, or 3 accounts on 1 proxy, or 5 accounts on 1 proxy, right? You don't want to be doing that, because this, again, increases the chances of you getting suspended. Now, the next step is to download a anti-detect browser, okay? Now, as I said again, there are more options than this, and you can do whatever you want, but this is what I recommend. This is what I've been using for the past year. And so how it works is, let me show this to you. You get into something like this, where, for example, let's open this up. You have folders where you have profiles, and all those profiles are connected to proxies, and these browsers are then logged in Instagram accounts. Okay, in my case, let's see. Yeah, what I can actually show you is go straight away for this, which is the cloud. I'm gonna explain that to you in a second, but this is essentially how it works. You can have multiple browsers opened at the same time, okay? And all of them have different locations, so you don't get into any trouble, okay? So, for example, this one is somewhere in the US, this can be in Europe, whatever. But Instagram does not know that you run all these accounts from one computer, okay? This is the whole point of it. It's extremely simple to do. Now, if you want to like see a full guide on how am I diving deep into how to connect proxy to hide my account, how to connect the account, all this stuff, I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, you can watch the full guide here, okay? Or record a video about it. Now, so that's the step. It costs like $10, $20 a month, something like that. Not extremely expensive. And these are the steps, right? You create new, hide my account profile right here, and you just connect proxy, whatever, okay? You have it all here. Now, the next step would be to connect these new accounts to cold DMs, okay? So what do you do? First step, open the browser and log into your cold DMs account, right? So you log into your cold DMs account on this new browser. Then you would go here on Instagram and click here on the profile, log out, okay? You will log out, then you will sign in, and it will ask you, do you want to save info? You click yes, okay? While at the same time, you also need to have this extension downloaded, okay? Just download the extension again, then go to Instagram, log out, log in, save info. For some of you already have that info saved, okay? And then you just click here and press start, okay? And then what you do is you go into campaign you want it to connect to. So let's say into this one. Let me see, this one. And you just check the browser that you're using, right? It will say current, okay? So this is the browser you are currently using. Easy to do, just check this box, click here, save, and you're good to go. That's all you need to do. That easy, okay? You can do this for how many accounts you want. Now, so if you again want to watch the full tutorial, it's right here. And the last step here would be, if you don't want to have 10 browsers open up at the same time on computer while they are maybe working, I understand why we wouldn't do that. This is where you will use something that's called VPS, or virtual desktop browser, okay, virtual desktop machine. And how does this work is that you are essentially renting out a virtual computer and logging into it that's running 24/7, okay? So this is something like this. You have Windows Remote Desktop installed in your computer. You just type it, remote desktop connection. You just open it up and you just connect to whatever you want, okay? Now, once you are connected here, then this computer is running all the time. Okay, so you can have the browsers here opened up. You can have how many ever amount of you want. So in my case, I've in some cases even ran like 20 accounts per one single VPS. Now what I recommend here is this cloud solution called Contabo. So if you are running up to 10 accounts, this one should be good to go. If you're running more, then this one. So this is 10, up to 20, up to 30, up to 40, up to 50, and so on. Okay, these are the requirements, and it should be good to go. Okay. Now, if you want to get like help with the Contabo setup and how to set up the cloud, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. My username is TennisApple. Okay. Now, again, watch a full guide right here. Now, and the bonus here is that you also need to figure out how to set up Instagram accounts. Okay. And what I mean by setup, you need to figure out a way to set them up for outreach to get the best optimal results. Okay. So this is why I'm showing here this video that I've just recorded lately on how to optimally set up your Instagram outreach for outreach, as I said. And so there are basically a couple of options you can go with. You can either go with personal account where you just share personal photos. You can go with semi-personal account where you share some of your personal photos, some of your business content, or you can just go straight up content. One thing I wouldn't really recommend is reaching out as a brand. People really like to chat more with people than with brands, right? So, but feel free to test it out yourself. This is just my recommendation, okay? And now the last thing you're 100% gonna need, is if you are gonna be using new accounts, what do you need to do on Instagram in order to get to about 40, 50, 60 DMs a day? You need to warm up the account. Because if you are gonna start trying and sending 50 messages from the first day you buy an account, you're gonna get spent 100%. I can guarantee you that, okay? So that's why I record this another video that you can watch here if you want to warm up the accounts. If you already know what am I talking about, just want to know what are the dates, you can just access this document here, see what you need to do on day 1, day 2, day 4, right? And so on before you warm it up. And yeah, this is pretty much gonna be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching it. And again, as I said, take action, all right? You have all information that you need. Right now it's just for you. Turn off the YouTube and start executing, okay? If you have any questions on me, reach out to me over on Instagram and I'll be happy to reply. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.